That's a good question. It felt a couple weeks after I did it, it started feeling pretty normal. Didn't really notice it with everyday activity. And then, that was kind of where it was like, you got to be really careful with not trying to do too much because you don't want to stress the bone, or, you wanted to make sure it healed properly. So that was where we were at. But a couple weeks after I did it, I felt really, really good.
How much apprehension, if at all, do you have that once you do start airing it out, this could come back?
I don't really have any. After talking to doctors and stuff, normally bone heals stronger. The last report was good, and they said it was completely healed. So now just making sure it handles the throwing and that nothing pops up. But I mean, the way it's gone so far, I feel great.
What's the biggest challenge, Jake, given the last year, staying patient and not on your own time trying to move it along further than
that's it stinks not being out there. That's what we love doing, competing, and haven't been able to compete in quite some time. So that's where it's like you want to go out, you want to go probably more than you're supposed to, but then you got to look at it as if you go too early, you're going to end up missing more time. So it's trying to balance all that.
Assuming everything continues to feel good, are you done with MRIs, CAT scans, that whole thing, or do you have to?
I believe so. I don't know. That'd be something you have to ask the training staff, but I thought that was my last one.
In your conversations with doctors and other medical people, did you learn at all why this happened?
It's that's tough to say. As far as when I look at it, you got a short ramp up and you haven't pitched competitively in 8 months. It felt like that's probably what did it for me. I think you look at any stress kind of thing, that's kind of a quick onset of ramp up and stuff.
How closely have you been able to watch these games that these guys have been playing?
Yeah, I've watched very closely. It was exciting watching them, and then being here watching them play last night is very exciting, and like I said, ready to be back out there.
What is it going to take for you to achieve peace of mind, given the various things you've dealt with in the last year, even when you come back from this? Can you separate the fear of something else going wrong somewhere down the line with the reality
you
at
can't.
the moment?
You can't go out there in fear. You do your best to prepare and go out there and play the game. I don't think many guys go out there and they're scared of getting hurt. You go out there and compete, and you leave it all out there. So I think that'll be I've come back from Tommy John in the minor leagues, and I think that was probably the biggest hurdle, so knowing how I mentally you say, hey, I'm fine, and you go out there and play the game.
When are you aiming to be back?
That's a good question. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think we've put a date on that.
Jacob, thank you, everybody.
What's
last
the
one, Wayne.
threshold of starts or innings or pitches that you need to reach before you feel comfortable coming back?
That'd be, you would assume that you'd probably get to 4 innings in a rehab start, where you can come up here and hopefully throw 5 or 6. But, haven't discussed that with them yet.
How much is this? This is a good team, maybe the best team that you've been a part of, been on the roster of. How much does that kind of color these timelines for you, in the fact that, I'm sure you want to be out there now, and you also want to be out there in September, potentially?
Yeah, that's another thing. When you're trying to decide whether to come back too early or not, you kind of look at the long term. The team's been playing really good, and you want to be there through the end of the year. So it's like I said, trying to walk that fine line of being safe and not trying to do it too quick.